After a long day of being pulled in every direction, the last thing anyone wants to think about is what's for dinner. That's where Schwann's can help, with a variety of real food choices, frozen to lock in freshness. From ready-made meals, premium meats and side dishes, to vegetables, ice cream, and more. Schwann's foods go from freezer to table in minutes, not hours, so you can pull off a delicious meal in no time at all. Ordered, delivered, done. That's homemade easy. To help simplify mealtime, visit schwans.com. This is Julie.
Hey, calendar, what's my morning like?
Julie's about to have a long day.
At 9 a.m., soccer carpool. 9:10, purchase birthday card. 9:05, dry cleaning.
Did you just go backwards?
I'm sorry, I can't fit that question into your schedule. 9:15, cry for a little bit.
For days that won't end, let Schwann's help. With Schwann's, you can get delicious meals that go from freezer to table in minutes, not hours. Ordered, delivered, done. That's homemade easy. Visit today at schwans.com.
That was our commercial break. Here we are. We're back. I'm here with Billy and Patrick from Sweetwater. We were talking about that. Okay, so I'm finished with the cruise, synchronized swimming. We're going to be bringing up some of the product things. We're going to be talking about some of the music we have. And also, I wanted to discover a game. We have a game that I came up with. We were in the master atrium of the ship.
Okay.
And there were 3 families, 5 kids. 4 of the kids got on those see-through glass elevators. Now you got to visualize this, folks. You got glass elevators all going up, 4 of them. The kids started playing on them. So they're all on different floors. We got to go to dinner. We got to get all the kids. So we're hitting all the buttons. We go over there where they meet on that floor.
Yep.
We're hitting all the buttons and waiting for all the elevators to come out.
Started to be fun. Started to be fun.
Yeah, it was like it was like
make them go up, make them go down.
No, it was like trying. It was like a child slot machine. Yeah, and then a kid, then a kid comes out, a kid comes out, and kids come out. So finally, we got the 3 of them. We got the 3 of them. We knew there was one elevator with one kid, and we hit the one. And it starts coming down, and one of the kids goes running. He goes, Finn's upstairs. I'm going to go get it. And he jumps into the other elevator, and just like that, we're back to 2 kids. And what an exciting game. You could do that all night. We ended up, we pulled that kid out. When he ran into the elevator, we pulled him out. He goes, what do you do? No, this is how we started it. So we just waited for the one kid in the one elevator. So that was the thing. And when we were on board, we didn't. We went to the islands. I have to say, I liked Saint Martin and Saint Kitts the best because they had the mountains and the beaches, and they were gorgeous.
Did you get out and look around?
No, we went to the beach. You know why? Because there's no beaches down here.
Oh yeah, well, yeah.
I mean, when we drove to the beaches, we looked around, but we had a limited amount of time.
There's a mud flat.
What?
There's mud flats. We got mud flats. I mean, that's what we call it.
I don't want to go to mud flats.
Well, that's what they call a beach down here.
Yeah. I know. Well, no, I wanted sand and hills and those shacks that served a beer. I'll tell you, there was a couple of the shacks that I wouldn't eat at. When I saw, I'm looking at it and seeing the guy washing his hands in a 5-gallon bucket. And I'm thinking, well, I'm going to rethink that jerk chicken. I think it's going to jerk me back to the bathroom a couple times during the night.
Dude,
if I did that.
You eat street vendor food, you are golden. Rat on a stick, you are good. You go to a restaurant one time and eat.
No, I'm not going to. Well, no, but I don't eat street vendor food.
You don't? No, you should. That's
why I'm not
absorb the culture.
I've been at. Well, you're on a cruise. You're not going to adapt.
Oh, that's right.
You're not going to adapt.
That's what.
No, you don't have time to adapt. You're gonna end up getting whatever foodborne illness you're going to get. And 8 days. If I was going a month, maybe I'd risk it. You know. But if I'm in, I had a store of Pepto and
there you go.
Zantac, and I was set. And like I said, 15 drinks seems to be the maximum when you're drinking gimlets or just regular drinks. I mean, obviously, if you're drinking light beer, you could probably drink
15 beers. I'm just getting started.
Yeah, 15 beers. But if I get those 15 drinks, it's pretty much a mess. And the one thing when I got to Grand Turk, and I'm going to probably screw myself with Margaritaville, but got off the ship, and there it is, Margaritaville.
You go in?
No. I'm from the Keys. There's Margaritaville. It's all Jimmy Buffett here. It's all Jimmy Buffett. It's like if I went in I'm from Philadelphia.
Yeah.
If I left Philadelphia and every place I went, I'd ask for, do you make a Philly cheesesteak? Why would I ask for a Philly cheesesteak? I mean, Italy, do you make a Philly cheesesteak? No, I want Italian
But
food.
if you went to New Orleans, you'd get gumbo, right?
Yeah, but I didn't want to go to Grand Turk and have Margaritaville. This is no cheese Key West.
Dude, you could have had a true cheeseburger in paradise.
No, we have that. The cheeseburger in paradise is here. You don't go to Grand Turk in the BWI, the British
Virgin Islands.
BWI, British
BVI.
West B. Is it British Virgin Islands? British West Virgin Islands.
You can call it BWVI. BVIs is what we used to call it.
Oh, the HPVI.
You used to run over there, didn't you?
Used to run over there all the time.
Yeah. Bill's an old Navy guy, so he almost ran over him a couple of times, probably.
Yeah.
No, I fished a couple destroyers that ensigns have put on a sandbar down there, though.
In what? In
Ensigns have put on sandbars and busted up the radomes. That's what I did. I fixed that stuff.
Grand Turk?
Well, not Grand Turk. Most of the time, they did it on the big ones right outside of Norfolk.
Well, the things that we had here, we ended up. I'm going to look and see if we can get our product specialist over here so we can talk about some of the things we have, and we can share some of the drinks with the people that we have.
What kind of products do we have? Just tequila?
No, we got tequila. We got Skinny Girl vodka. I think they might have. You want to check with them to see what we got? See if we can get some drinks out.
You know, I'm a bourbon guy. I normally don't do the tequila, but I do like tequila, and this has got a nice mix of the hot pepper in it. It's not just all.
You know, it's good to experiment. It's good to experiment.
It's
Patrick.
good to experiment. You have to expand yourself a little bit, just like you eating, going into Margaritaville over there.
That's not experimenting. Going there, that's like going to Paris, France, and walking to McDonald's and ordering a Big Mac. For me, that's what we're doing.
Here he comes. Is that the booze guy?
Oh, we're gonna do
Slide right in.
Come on.
Thanks, guys. Come see where Pat is.
All right. Hey, Pat, how you doing?
Oh, we never even introduced ourselves.
I'm Mike Feller. How you doing?
Okay, Jim Miranda, Keys bartender. Right now I'm tasting the Tanteo Tequila. It's a jalapeno, and I'm having it with I had it on the rocks with fresh lime juice. So, can you tell me a little about this? What gave you're the distributor, but I mean you're featuring it right now.
Yeah.
So what's special about this tequila?
Well, just as the same as flavored vodkas have taken off, infused and flavored tequilas are also getting very, very popular. And jalapeno and tequila is a natural, or they also make a chipotle. But they infuse the naturally infused jalapeno oils into the tequila to give this marriage of this true great Mexican flavor.
And the oils are the ones that carry that. That's what's in the seeds and all that stuff when you extract them.
Absolutely.
That you eat. And I tried the chipotle too. That's really good.
Oh yeah, I mean, two different peppers, two different flavors. I heard there's a poblano on the way.
Yeah.
They're really expanding into this whole pepper thing because every pepper gives a different flavor profile.
Well, we were talking about the classic margaritas that people have, but with the jalapeno, and as a bartender, I like the fresh lime juice, and I noticed, and you mentioned this, that you don't mention any additional that orange liqueur that's normally mentioned.
Yeah.
But we have the tequila, you have the orange juice, the agave nectar, or sometimes some other sweetener for people that they can use if they want another natural sweetener.
Yeah.
Because they're looking for real clean taste, and you have it with this vodka. If you want something spicy, you can even garnish it with a little jalapeno on it.
Yeah.
With a little salt rim. And because you're not putting that many different ingredients and mixes in it, you got to be careful. You can't take like a 5-ounce glass and fill it with 4 ounces of tequila and expect to be doing well afterwards. The traditional pour for that is
2 ounces.
2 ounces for a margarita. And I think it would work great in a martini glass with a salt rim, with a little, you could go with the olive, but the jalapeno on it, and it's a nice drink. It gives you a nice spice. You don't have to. I'm not a really big fan of the sweet stuff because it makes me thirsty.
I'm not a big fan of the margarita mixes. I just feel that the high fructose kills the flavor of the tequila and adds an artificial flavor to the cocktail. The best thing about this cocktail, it truly is organic. I mean, you have fresh lime juice, you have agave nectar, which is a derivative from the agave plant, which is what tequila is made from, and you have the tequila, and you add a little bit of water.
Yep.
And that's basically the entire cocktail. Once you get your measurements down, you don't need any additional orange flavors. You don't need to add expensive Cointreau or Grand Marnier to it, because the agave nectar brings this sweetness out that covers that sweetness. You don't need triple sec, and it's just real simple to make. Cost of limes have been high lately, but outside of that, it's
Well, actually,
fairly
I
economical.
went right up here. There's a fruit stand, and I just grabbed like 3 pounds of limes for $2.
Oh.
And there were big, like small orange-sized limes that were very
Try to
juicy.
do that in public.
Yeah, well, you know, we had this discussion about this. I just mentioned it. Yeah, I even squeezed those. Oh, there's juggling. Yeah, juggling.
Whoa.
This is once again, this is an audio medium, so I think I will bring in my mime next time. And, they're really good. But with people are moving to these more simple mixes instead of going through more complex mixes where you add different liquors and you're almost diluting the essence of the original liquor.
Yeah.
And you're screwing that up. So with this, I mean, even without that, I would say even just as a martini by itself, without any mix in it, it'd be delicious in a martini glass. It would be great with. I would go with the regular real juices, orange juice. Not so. Lemon's a little. I mean, you can if you need to make a sour mix, make it with lemon and agave.
Sure.
Lemon and agave. There you got your traditional sour mix. That's
Absolutely.
what they used to be. So we're covering those. How about the skinny girl? Let's hear about that skinny girl thing. And you don't know much about that?
No, that's not mine.
That's not your
Sorry,
thing?
it's not my brand.
Oh, it's not your brand then. We won't talk. I must have been misinformed about that. I apologize. It's not, but we're just doing Tanteo though.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, we're
So
gonna talk more
persona
about
non grata.
Tanteo.
We're going to talk more about Tanteo. Oh, well, this
Actually, I really
the way
like
again.
We're in margarita mode right
Well,
now.
actually, if you saw Billy, you wouldn't think about the name of that other product or me. No insult to you, my friend.
Well, I don't know. Do you have a Fat Boy tequila?
No. Okay, you went away from the product. Well, if you mix it with bacon,
Yep. Oh, hey. Oh, dude.
you know what? I bet there would be. I bet you'd make a really good.
Do a Bloody Maria.
I bet an infused bacon with the jalapeno in a oh God, a Bloody Mary. See,
Bloody Ritas are becoming very, very popular, and this infusion of jalapeno just makes that Bloody Mary a little bit more spicier and gives it a little bit more flavor.
and Emerald would say it kicks it up another notch.
Oh, totally kicks it up a notch.
Yeah. Well, and you know what? I'm sure it's not my own saying, but the best liquor you have, you're bringing it down with that ordinary or even poor mixers.
Yeah.
And you got to be careful what you're using. Sometimes, especially when you're using fresh fruit.
Well, see, my usual thought on mixers, just skip them. If it's worth drinking, it's worth drinking.
Yeah. Well, that's just it. If you keep it simple, you get the natural flavor of the whiskey or the tequila or whatever the spirit is.
That tequila with a little bit of lime juice was fantastic.
And the target crowd we're pitching here, it's not, obviously, there's people out there, they go out and they drink to excess. And that's not, in the business, that's not what we're all about.
Right.
We're looking to taste something that's good. If you feel... I was in catering, and at the end of the night, I always say, "Hey, welcome to the so-and-so. I hope you enjoyed your night. If you felt you had too much to drink, please see a member of our staff, and we'll arrange a ride home for you." It's not a shame or dishonor to realize that you had taken and imbibe too much. But right now, we don't encourage people to over-imbibe, and we also encourage them to find another way home.
Absolutely.
Right there.
The beauty in Uber.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. I'm sure Uber has saved many a life.
Imagine this with the orange, because then you wouldn't need the agave with a nice, maybe a blood red orange.
Sure.
I would do it.
That would be fantastic.
You can try it with with the jalapeno salt.
And we saw these vodkas come out and these tequilas. Now the infusions come around because of. I think originally you see lemon, and it was made with artificial chemicals. They used whatever chemical that would come in, just like they would in a candy, not a real
imitation.
It was an imitation flavor. Now, almost anyone's worth their salt is coming out with a real flavor.
Yeah.
Something that comes out that you have
More specific than
the actual extract.
the actual extract. They're using jalapeno oils, and I guess they're using the seed from the chipotle. And the next one coming out is
Poblano.
And the way bartenders work, and especially these mixologists, they just take something and they'll just work on coming up with all the different mixes they can come up with, and all the different cocktails. And that's their babies. I mean, if you're not going to have a child, you're going to. Here's my progeny. The Mike's mistake, whatever. It's a night. Maybe Mike had too many cocktails, and he met his current wife. You know, or whatever. It sounds like
Isn't that how that
elements.
Were you there that night?
Elements of a true story.
No, but everyone comes up with their
Did
own.
that happen to you?
No, where I would come in, I would take something basic and just go back to the basics, because it was about 10 years ago when it reached its zenith of so many different liquors going into a drink. And now the premium mixologist, 3.
Yeah, 3 items.
3 items in it,
Right.
and once you go beyond it, you're diluting the I don't even call it the validity of the original product.
If it's layered, I probably won't drink it.
Well, there's 3 pies layered 3.
Yeah, I'm still.
Well, you could probably do 4, or you could do as many.
The same thing has happened to beer, happened to bourbon. That's why Germany imposed certain rules.
Okay. Well, I'm going to thank you for coming in, and we're going to push this product on there. And thank you for coming in. We're going to enjoy this.
No. I appreciate it greatly.
Nice.
Thank you guys
Thank you.
for promoting Tanteo.
And it'll exist eternally on our website on episode 11.
Episode 11.
No way.
At Keys Bartender.
No way. At keysbartender.com.
Fantastic.
Or on iHeartRadio, or Spotify, TuneIn, Pocket Cast, Stitcher, whatever thing they go.
Whatever the next one.
Yes, whatever the next one that gets
Whatever's
bigger.
next.
Will be iTunes Radio's coming up.
iTunes coming up?
iTunes coming up next month.
Oh, that's
And,
that's nice.
anything we
Yeah,
have in the
that'd be
past will go up because we index our shows.
Oh, fantastic.
And Tanteo will stay in there. So whatever you
in
see
there
here, we're only
infinite.
2 months old, but we do have over 2,000 listeners from around the world. And if you do go international, I'm starting to get in Germany. We have a young lady over here, Carolina, who's visiting us. She's from Poland, and she's going to dental school in Slovenia.
Wow.
And I'm going to have her interpret my show one time in Polish.
Yeah, you got that.
Oh, very cool.
For my so we can reach the Polish audience.
Polish audience.
Yes, and maybe by then Google will had they'll get an automated translate. Maybe in a year or so, and
Do they
you
do
never
back
know.
end
There could
Polish?
be
I bet
if I
they
could
will.
get just 1% of the People's Republic of China.
Oh, that's right.
That's 10 million.
change the world.
10 million. 10 million.
All those
1%.
translations into Oriental languages are fairly fun.
0.03% of my target audience, restaurant and bar people, yes, is 75,000. 0.03% of the target audience.
All you need is one person in
Thank you
perfect
so much,
Mandarin, and you'll be all set.
I'm going to work.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, you watch me with my math school. And you know what? I'd like to thank, we had just a short notice to bring out the people that we had today. And we'll be able to do another show. I think we're going to be bringing in the next show. We're going to be doing a wine tasting.
Oh, that's great.
Wine tasting?
Yeah, that's
Would
great.
you like to come back?
That's wonderful.
I like to. Hey, would you be interested in coming on for a moment, Kelly? And,
Come on.
How are you? Can I bring Megan on? You got to listen over. Come on over.
Come on, here.
We're going to talk about some of the things. Now, listen, we're at the Catch right now. Before my boss comes in from the Catch and says, "Why aren't I promoting the Catch?" Well, Monday through Friday we have these wonderful happy hours. 3:30 to 6:30. We have discounted drinks. We have great food specials.
Some of the best chicken wings you ever want to have.
That's Billy. Billy's eating a couple wings in his life.
Yeah, one or two.
One or two thousand or tens of thousands of wings. The great chicken wing genocide of 2017 occurred with Billy, but I wanted to. So the Catch Restaurant and Bar in Key Largo, and we're a non-competitor right now because I'm bringing on the manager of Bumby's, another place I work in Alvarado, and
hi.
Say hi.
Yeah, hi.
Oh, well, yeah. We have Tanteo. What are you going to promote? Tanteo?
No, I just tried this delicious jalapeno tequila that you had, and wow, I mean that is pretty remarkable.
I can get you. I'll get you some bigger
glasses. I mean, I just want a margarita right now.
You want a margarita?
How
I can get you one of them.
You know, it's really delicious.
I can get you a margarita made with Tanteo with a little salt rim. Do you want it straight up?
Oh no, I can get one in a minute. All right.
Okay, no.
You know what? Well, at the Keys Bartender podcast, what's better than to get drunk? You know. And
we don't want to get drunk.
Hey, listen. I do this with a wink and a nod. It's a Keys Bartender thing, but we're not. Okay, we celebrated drinking culture, but we're celebrating a responsible drinking culture.
Exactly.
Because you can see people that got all messed up, right? Right, Kelly? They can end up. You can end up. If you drink too much, you can end up sitting in some strange bar with some kind of neck thing around you, drinking whatever red drink, and laughing your head off with your wavy brown hair.
Are you talking about yesterday? I know. I'm teasing.
I just did that.
No. Messing with Kelly.
So I said Megan is the manager of Bumby's in Alvarado, where I work, and don't hold it against her, but she did hire me. Tomorrow we got Thirsty Thursdays.
Yeah, and the radio show
with Skip Bradeen on.
Oh my God! You let Skip in there?
Yeah, 96.9. We have a great time.
He is a sharp customer when it comes to certain things. He's a sharp when it comes to fishing, baseball,
basketball,
football, fishing lures.
He loves sports, absolutely.
Boats. But don't ask about technology.
I
swear to God, I show him a computer or a hairdryer.
They're almost the same thing.
It's almost the same thing.
Yeah.
That's almost the same thing.
He still doesn't understand what a podcast is.
No, but he's a prodigy. It doesn't matter. I'm trying to explain that. It's the transmission of sound.
Yes.
Instead of over the radio waves, it's through the internet. Which sometimes is over the radio waves if you consider a cell signal.
See, that's where it gets confusing, though.
Oh no! Don't get that.
All radio shows are available pretty much on the internet now. I don't know why you wouldn't promote it.
Oh, thank you for the service,
Look at that. Kelly was my sidekick for the longest time. We had a good time, didn't we?
And what was your slogan for Kelly? Don't screw this up, Kelly.
Well, you know what? We got it. My daughter's here. Don't F it up, Kelly. And she'd say the same thing to me.
It was
Kelly! But she would laugh at it.
Well,
and then it was funny.
Jim, you are hilarious. Because I walk in, and on the bar, there's a note that says, Kelly, so-and-so left their hat here. Don't screw this up. How do you screw up someone coming to pick up their hat?
Screw that up?
And it had nothing to do with Kelly. And it was just so funny, but it made me so happy, the banter. You know,
you know what?
You got to make work fun.
We would whenever my job was to make your day better, Kelly. I would try to make someone's day better. And if you can make, I like that. In the hospitality industry, if you can make one person's day better, I accomplished something.
Oh, absolutely.
Change one person's outlook, you change the world. Because you never know where they're going to go.
Exactly. Exactly, but no, and you do that. I mean, it is such a thrill. I get the biggest kick out of Jim bartending. He'll start saying this utter nonsense to guests, and it takes people a minute to be like, wait, is he serious? What is he talking about? Like, what are you talking about? Wine. Remember when you were pretending to read the
I was reading off the bottle of wine. Listen to this.
It was so good.
Yeah. Bill, I mean,
that was last podcast.
I know. I built upon that. What I took from that, and I did that.
We had fake wine names, and
there was fake. Oh, that episode was great.
We actually failed miserably.
Oh, did you?
My daughter's here, but I want to say this right there. One of the wine's name was Anus.
Oh.
Anus was the real one.
Yeah, that was the real one.
That was a real one.
That can't possibly be it.
Yeah, and it wasn't.
So is that a good one to finish with, or?
Yeah, finish with. You're right. That wine tasted a little crappy. That little hair in it. Earthy. Oh my God. Yeah. There was deep, rich soil.
Yeah. Well soiled.
Oh my God. There was the different beers and all that stuff, but they were pretty. I just came up. You know what? It was worse.
But the story on the back of the wine that you were reading was about how the convicts' bodies. And,
the grapes were the nutrients from the grape from the roots of the grape were fertilized from the dead convicts from the French Revolution or something like that. Or something like that, and it was just it gives it its rich bouquet of flavors that lend you the idea of Jean Valjean.
Refrigerated bamboo fodder.
Wait, you gotta get it. You gotta.
Oh, not like that. You gotta
get it.
Hey,
can I try one of those?
Yeah, what do we have now?
Try one of those.
What is this?
With salt or without, and it's a spicy jalapeno sauce.
Oh, this
It's a spicy jalapeno. It's a spicy jalapeno sauce. There's one with and one without. You want to try one?
Do you want one with or without salt?
Whichever you
prefer. No, try both.
I think it's better.
There's
It's better with the salt.
It is better with
so
the salt.
good.
Oh wow!
I can make another one for you with the salt rim. Would you want me to?
No, is there anything in this besides just the tequila? Is it lime juice?
It's a margarita mix, so it's the lime juice and blue agave syrup.
Yeah, it's delicious.
I really think that the simple is better with the really good tequilas.
Oh, because there's nothing worse than a margarita made with off-the-shelf, nasty Dr. Martens.
Well, we don't want to trash anybody. We want to bring people up. I'm here to raise people up.
I gave it a fake name, but I called it Dr. Martin.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that was very tasty. That was.
I'm gonna go get some salt.
Can you make one margarita with that on the rocks?
Okay.
One.
And it also has agave nectar in it, so it's not just sugar.
Yeah, you can taste it.
I like the agave over the.
No, it's so refreshing.
You know what we're gonna after
is
drinking
great.
a couple of these, we could do some tongue twisters.
Yes.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I think it would work really good.
Now, brown cow.
Seashells by the seashore, or I can't do the other one.
No.
You can, and I can't do it here. If you screw up, it's sock cucker fathermother.
Oh, now that's a tough one to say.
Yeah, you say it too
Absolutely.
fast, and it gets real bad. And then I got to check a box at the bottom of the broadcast that says explicit, and we haven't done that.
Yeah, you don't want to.
We don't. I don't think you have to. You can do innuendo all you want.
Exactly. Well, I mean, that's different.
No, but I'm not going to go there. See, it's not about that because I have a family. I'm a family man.
Yes.
So we can say that.
I couldn't do that at noon.
That
tongue twister, I couldn't do that at noon. Even before I started.
I couldn't do that ever.
And noon is not always a time when I.
Or light brunette.
Kelly.
Oh, what did I do? Okay. So we're back to. Wait, you still didn't talk about? Do you?
What are we talking about?
Bumbies.
Yeah.
I'm giving you an opportunity. You came over here.
Well, yeah, no,
We were down there. My wife and I were down there about a month ago. It was fantastic.
Oh, wonderful! Yeah, it's always a shucking good time at Bumbies. I can say that, right? With the raw bar.
And we did have all the special oysters, and actually, I must admit to cheap taste because I actually like the cheap oysters the best.
You know what? They all have their nuances. Just
They do. Exactly.
They do.
Their taste profile, I guess you call it.
Well, and it depends on where they're from, and I mean the region, how they're cultivated.
But the big old watery Apalachicola oysters, the straight up oysters
yeah.
we get down here all the time.
We have them here, and we have the oyster special here.
Those are my
They
favorite.
got now. We have a great oyster special here for happy hour. You go down to Bumby's, they got oysters from
everywhere.
Well, we do what the
10
shuck.
different
We do
places.
what the shuck Mondays, and
Yeah.
we do dollar oysters on Mondays. So that's always
Last time
fun.
Yeah,
I had oysters. They tasted like you could have the salt. You could taste the
Yeah.
salt. in it.
And from what I understand, they have different zones where they come from. If you see
Yeah.
James River, they'll have a different
Prince
zone.
Edward Island,
and they all
there's a
have
really
different
nice,
zones
cold,
where they're in.
very briny. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fun. And I love it. I mean, it's just like anybody who really gets into wine. It's the same thing, like you said, getting into oysters and
Yep.
then the pairing and the tasting of it. It's just a lot of fun.
Yeah, I get into some. No, I don't get in there. I don't have a particular.
You're not really big on oysters.
Oh no, anything really. I got this ADD thing going, and it
You're
kind
big on
of.
podcasts.
He doesn't have the attention span.
Something looks good for a second.
Yeah, I'm a shiny object guy. I'm a shiny object. Go, look there.
He
You know, but-
doesn't have the attention span to truly get into anything.
No, you know what? I'm not hurt by that at all.
Squirrel.
Oh, you know what? History, but history is everything. I mean,
Kind of history, like ancient
everything.
history or just everything.
everything.
All history.
That's where you get it.
History of the keys.
Everything.
I mean, it's so
No,
interesting.
he's a poli-sci major. We can actually push his buttons and
we
get
were
him going
talking
for
about
hours.
Wait, here.
Lobsters last week on the
Pacific
radio show.
Oh, the
Captain-
Caribbean?
it had-
Here we go. We got it for her.
We had
She's the
Captain.
one that's right.
Oh wow! Look at this. That's
Oh
amazing.
my God.
Let's see.
Is Kelly
Thank
driving?
you. Yes. So
That's a big
we had
treat.
Captain Billy, and we were talking about spiny tail, the Florida lobster, and because lobster season and everything. And I know that we're talking about beverages, and this is key. It's bartender product.
No, it works. No,
but
that-
this is really cool because in the Keys, a lot of people come down. They travel down for mini season. They come down. Now we finally opened up on Monday for regular commercial season.
She's picking up. She has a really good voice for this.
So we were talking, and a lot of people are frustrated with saying, oh, they're going to pillage and take so many lobsters, but scientifically, we could take and remove every lobster this season out, and next season we will be completely full up again because our lobsters speak Spanish. They get in the loop and they come in and they come into the Everglades and they get attracted to that rustic algae that we have out there, and then they stay and they eat, and within a year and a half they are full grown and their tails are perfect to eat.
Okay, just so we get a lot of listeners from outside of the Keys, and just so I know, the Caribbean lobster, what they're talking about, is a spiny lobster, and they call it a bug. It doesn't have the big claws. It's almost all tail, and it has a different, for me, is it a sweeter consistency? What do you call it, or?
I think that Maine is more flavorful, but the Caribbean lobster, it's just nice, light, fresh, meaty. And what's really fun when you're cooking it or preparing it is to add the spices into it because it holds it well, and it's really good. Yeah, have some.
I'm going to see how this works. This is your bartender.
Oh,
look
we're
at that.
there.
Oh,
I wish
my
you could
God.
hear the ice. Woo! We're getting
Look at
claps.
me.
All right, so Jim is
Oh!
taking a margarita and pouring some.
Bartender way.
This is awesome.
Oh, I got it.
Without spilling a drop. That's incredible.
Okay.
You were talking about the oyster. New York has a project. They've reintroduced about a year and a half ago or 2 years the oysters to the whole bay.
Yeah.
And they've reintroduced it because they fished them out. It used to be 40 years ago that everybody in New York ate oysters.
Oh, absolutely.
And then they stopped. They fished out
I think Long Island Sound. Long Island Sound was famous for it.
Now people are producing oysters.
I think that, you know what, they're thinking about doing that in Cape Cod.
Yeah.
Because Cape Cod, you're right, like 50 miles off Cape, they called it Cape Cod.
Because it was
There were cod, and now
yeah.
no cod. And okay, and this is some when we talk on your show with Skip. The guys bitch when they talk about like the hogfish limits and all that
Yes,
stuff.
absolutely.
I believe that there's limits for a reason, maybe, in order to have them. And I know some people and other people disagree.
Well, I mean, and they constantly change. And we had FWC, Florida Wildlife Control, on there too with us, and we were talking about different things and the regulations. And you have to constantly update to preserve what we have going on. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And you know what? And it's not a bad thing, but you know, I really wish people would get more into lionfish, because lionfish are delicious. We do the
Oh, it's
derbies.
delicious.
I mean, we
I
have
haven't
the.
had it yet.
Okay. Just so I'm going to give it a little background once again. Not every over 70% of listeners are outside the Keys.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lionfish are a
Invasive species.
Yeah,
they're
predatory.
invasive species. But they look like a scorpion fish, maybe. They got these spines coming up, these sharp spines that
They're
come
actually
off.
pretty nice.
They're beautiful.
They come off the dorsal. They get up to 14 inches long. You get a nice fillet out of them. But the thing in their spines, they have this neurotoxin, and that's what they use as their defense system. And they're from the Indo-Pacific region. And how they got there is disputed, whether it came in after a storm and an aquarium was denuded with water. Wow, I think that would.
I just want to say really quick for everybody listening, he is not reading any of this. He's like going into his brain, pulling out a file, and just stating all these facts.
Okay, no, but
right
I think
now.
it was up to. I think it was about 12 years ago and stuff like that, and that would have to be a woman, a female
Andrew.
fish that has for eggs, or a pair that come in to do that. And what
Andrew.
happened? They were so prolific.
When the fish farms got wiped out in Andrew,
I thought it was something after that,
no, that's when it really started.
Andrew, because you didn't hear about it until 10
that's
years
because
ago.
only 10, 20 fish got released.
Okay,
takes
whatever.
a while to roll
At
up.
one point, they lay thousands and tens of thousands of eggs.
And
they're-
no natural predators.
in their region. But their natural predators are not separated by that far evolutionary separation. So the same animals that eat them in the Indo-Pacific eat them here. They just have not been acclimated to them. It's not an evolutionary trait to be able to take that poison.
Yeah,
I know.
same-
It sounds like I'm an expert on it. I got like an inch deep knowledge and a wide.
Jewfish are starting to eat them.
Yes.
Oh,
And they're
are they
starting-
really?
and-
Oh,
yeah. Yeah,
and luckily with
We're starting to eat 'em.
with the breeding cycles, the shorter breeding cycle of fish and all those things, they can get acclimated to that. And once they do, once you build up that local predator or local consumer of that fish, and that should be people and fish, right?
Yeah.
That lionfish is a resource, and we should eat. So people are afraid to hear lionfish, you neurotoxin in the spine. Once they're cooked, if you cook a whole lionfish without cooking the spine, their poison is denatured, and it's molecular. It's a change on molecular level that you can eat it. I've eaten the spines. That's where the poison is. Once it's cooked or cooled down, that's what denaturing
The
is.
heat actually knocks it
Heat
out.
and cold. If you freeze it, it does it. And stuff. So, and the flesh is as good as any fish as you can get.
Oh, it's tasty.
We have called around to different places to see who's serving it, and it seems to be a spotty.
Well, no,
Well, it's how they harvest
I
it.
mean,
They
and
can't get
again, we're talking about the Keys, and so we'll go ahead and we're promoting other businesses. Chef Michael's always does something.
Always
with
has some supply of lionfish.
yes, it does something with lionfish.
Well, I mean, if you're able to get a supplier that comes in and always supply you, the problem is it's hard to offer it, right?
A lot of it
and if you're going to
is-
you're going to drive 40 pounds of it. You got to sell that out. Fresh fish is only available for a certain amount.
Yeah, a lot of it's hit and miss because there's really no
absolutely.
ready suppliers. Most of the stuff we've got are there's a dozen guys go out down here that target lionfish.
Well, I mean, and the derby is so fun because people get in the water.
That's
they
the
get
lionfish derby.
Yeah.
We do it once a year. It's a huge event down
Now,
here.
this is a
we get
spearfish thing,
Yeah,
right? It's
we get a bunch of people
that's how
get in the water, spearfish, lionfish. We collect them off all the reefs. We actually go into certain areas that we're not normally allowed to spearfish.
But you
And
go after lionfish, right?
on the derby. We can take the fish with a spear. Only lionfish. Don't shoot the mutton, no matter how much you think.
No.
Can I give you my futuristic
Yes, go ahead.
solution for
How
this?
far in the future?
I got mine. It's not too. It's a scientific thing. It's far fetched, but This is my idea. We genetically alter the sharks
Okay.
to make them voracious eater to lionfish. Once the sharks become the penultimate predator, we'll have to genetically alter the crocodiles to eat the sharks. Okay?
Yeah, there once was a man who had a cat.
No, we can do it. We always do it. You can always
So now
have
this is
it's
a
endless.
croc, eat, shark, eat, lionfish world that you're
No,
talking about.
and then we got and then there's a Burmese python, and you know what?
Eat the croc.
You know what? It worked with Godzilla because
You know
they
what?
invented Mothra and Mechagodzilla.
If
And it worked. It's always you've seen it in the
world.
movies. You've seen it in movies all the
Speaking of
time.
movies, if Sharknado can be a movie and be made into like several different films, then sure this can happen. Anything
I think
can
it could
happen.
happen. I'm a big fan of that. Well, listen, I think we've gone on a long time. I'm going to let everyone give their plugs. Patrick, where are you going to be? Wait, you too. You need to give some plugs here. Patrick, where's Sweetwater going to be?
It's going to be tomorrow night at the Caribbean Club.
Tomorrow
Hosting
night,
the Jam.
which is Thursday, August 3rd. What time?
It's a late night deal, 9:30.
9:30, the Caribbean Club in Key Largo.
In Key Largo.
Okay.
Snooks Sunday.
Every Sunday.
Every Sunday.
1 to 4:30.
1 to 4:30. That's p.m., not a.m.
Right, it's an afternoon.
It's an afternoon thing. And then you guys are still doing Tuesday nights.
We're doing Tuesday nights at the Sandbar at Wahoo.
Oh, okay.
Nice, yeah.
And at one point, I'd like to be at Bumby's in Isla Morada.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Well, you're looking at me. That's the
Yeah, we
man.
can do that. We can do that.
I'm the bartender. What are you thinking of the owner?
The pressure's on. The pressure's
You're
on.
making a tactical error.
We've got a website.
I have
Sweetwater
this
Garden.
much influence anywhere. But I have a lot of influence. That's all my influence all the way around.
You'll see Bill here. He plays.
Okay, now, Billy.
an awful lot.
Of
Billy,
course,
where you
I'll be
gonna
with
be?
Patrick on Sunday at Snooks with Sweetwater. Tomorrow night, I will be here at the Kitch with the Key Billies, Cody James and the Key Billies.
Oh,
That's
fun.
always
Yeah,
a
they're
good show.
Yeah, absolutely.
Friday night, I will be here at the Kitch with Captain Josh. We do a bunch of old Key West music.
I'll be here Friday night with you.
We do a bunch of old
I'll
Key
be
West
wearing pants
music.
this time.
It'll be a whole lot of fun.
Yeah.
Saturday, I'm at a private party, and
You can tell us where that is. We promise not to show up. Don't tell us. Don't say it, Billy. Don't say it.
I actually have no idea.
Oh, that's good.
I really don't know. I'm going to get in the truck.
Dead men tell no tales.
I'm going to get in the truck with Albert. He's going to drive me.
Oh yeah, a lot of times I don't know where.
No, I have
play.
no idea where we're
I
going.
get a telephone call in the morning, and then it's a different engagement because down here musicians they transfer gigs all the time.
Yeah.
They're you'll be in one place or another place. It's not
you know
like
what?
other places in the country.
Well, in Alamorada, the jam nights are so fun
Oh, that's
too.
that's
Tuesday
a lot.
night
Yeah,
down at the OB.
I
They
was
always
there
have a
last
good time.
night. It was great, and also the DAB has their little jam night too. So there's a lot of fun
Are they
music
still
down
doing
here.
that?
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
Let's hear your
Oh
plug.
yeah, and so then tomorrow night we have Thirsty Thursdays at Bumby's up in the upstairs lounge, and we have Jim Boa here as our bartender extraordinaire, and we focus on our happy hour. We talk about fun things. It's a good time. So come by, hang out, and that starts at 6 until 7, and then. Again, What the Shuck Oysters. I mean, on Monday nights, $1 oysters.
Oh,
So
and
that's fun.
remember, folks, there's one thing you didn't forget to say. Happy hour runs all week there.
Oh yeah. Oh,
For the
and
weekend.
we altered our happy hour, which you've been on vacation,
Yeah.
so you don't know.
Oh, no, I do know. You told me before.
So we do from five until 8. We keep our happy hour, and then we do from 5 until 6, and from 9 until 10, we do half off of all of our signature cocktails. So you're talking about a $7 Kettle One martini with blue cheese stuffed olives. Yeah, you got to come by Bumby's. It's a great
Yeah.
happy hour. Make Bumby's your happy place. That's what we say.
Make Bumby's your happy place. And you know what? I'm going to thank the distributors of Tanteo
Thank
Tequila.
you.
Hey, ladies, do you want to say anything about your product? Do you want to say anything? What are your names?
I'm Chris.
Chris and Ellen? Ellie. Chris and Ellie, thank you for
Thank you so
distributing that.
much for-
We'd like to say thank you to Tanteo Tequila. Do you have anything to say, Chris?
We have some great giveaways, and we'll be here until 7 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
Anyone's in the area, come on down and see us.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, it's good. We didn't know what would happen. I think that prison bus is stopping.
Here we go.
All right, it's pretty good. They are a good time. Those guys are nice. They've been working.
Super nice.
They are nice. They're non-violent. They're mostly white collar criminals. They're mostly like check kiters and internet fraud.
You can start with bad decisions right now.
Yes.
I know a lot of people like that.
Yes. Okay, folks, this is Jim. I'll be here until like the next half hour until my wife makes me leave. But thank you very much.
Thank
for
you all
showing
so
up.
much.
Oh, thank you.
We do appreciate you.
We do appreciate it. We'll be here next week, and until next week, take care, and let's be careful when we are imbibing and driving.
Thank you so much to Patrick Knotts again for showing up and coming up.
Well, then I'll go again and say, be careful not drinking and driving.
Of course not.
And always look for a co-pilot. You know, like Napoleon Dynamite found out a long time ago. Remember that? Yeah. The buddy system when he went to the martial art. You always have to have a buddy with you. You want to take a roundhouse kick from these parodies while I'm wearing an American flag? You ever saw Napoleon Dynamite?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm talking. Okay. Thank you. I'm sorry I kind of creeped them out, but thank you very much, thank you, Tanteo Tequila. I do want to say vodka all the time, but tequila.
What's the
Summer's closer than you think. So are Memorial Day savings at the Home Depot, with up to 40% off appliance special buys, like an LG Mega Capacity top-load washer and electric dryer for just $5.98 each. That'll save loads. But hurry, just like summer, they'll be gone before you know it. Today is the day for do it, with Memorial Day savings now at the Home Depot. More saving, more do it. U.S. only while supplies last. Gas dryer extra. See store for details. Valid through June 5th.
After a long day of being pulled in every direction, the last thing anyone wants to think about is what's for dinner. That's where Schwann's can help, with a variety of real food choices, frozen to lock in freshness. From ready-made meals, premium meats and side dishes, to vegetables, ice cream, and more. Schwann's foods go from freezer to table in minutes, not hours, so you can pull off a delicious meal in no time at all. Ordered, delivered, done. That's homemade easy. To help simplify mealtime, visit schwanns.com.